Well, I just got out of the old theater. What did I just watch, you ask? Well, I just watched Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights? I think that's how you call it. And let me tell you, that was better than I expected. That was really better than I expected, I must say. Because the movie was better than I expected, I must say. Dude, like, I really don't know what I was anticipating, you know, because, like, I remember seeing, like, the trailer a couple times, and I was like, I might watch it, you know, because it's like, is it my kind of movie? Who's to say, you know? Typically, no, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'll watch anything, you know what I'm saying? So, like, who's to say what is my kind of movie, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't have a type when it comes to movies. Like, I'll watch anything. I forgot to put the directions. Oh. But the movie, like, I was like, Margot Robbie? Jacob Elordi? Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the movie came out, like, a couple weeks ago, so I am a little late to the party. Just like with Send Help, but I don't care. I watched it, you know? And I liked it. I did like it. Yes, I did. Like, was it the greatest movie of all time? Yes. No, I'm joking. Like, obviously not. But like it was solid. Like the movie was like almost 2.5 hours, and like I was chilling the whole time. I was like, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And it was good. You know what I'm saying? I think what really stood out was just like, I guess, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I was gonna say like it almost all of it kind of like stood out, but like nothing. What am I trying to say? Like, it was all good, but it was all like good. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is tricky. Well, okay, I guess everyone's just morons over here, dude. What was I saying? Yeah, the movie was good. I just want to immediately mention the score was, I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it was very like moody and just like orchestral with like almost all of the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So like that was really tasty. You know what I'm saying? But then like there would also be moments of just like what is it called? Not auto-tune, but like you know what I'm saying? Like vocals of just like that, you know what I'm saying? Kind of style. And like, I don't know, I feel like that just really like juxtaposed, you know, like the like orchestral music and obviously like the time period and theming of the movie, that it just stood out so like, oh, what was I gonna say? Like creatively and tastefully, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely see people being like, oh, what is that? You know what I'm saying? But I think it was cool. I think it was awesome. You know what I'm saying? There was never like moments where it was just like, well, I guess maybe like the title drop, or like just like the, just like the sort of like intro moment when like it was like very like, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what even to call it. You know what I'm saying? But it was like current sounding, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like digital sounding, and like it was cool, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things that I don't even know how to describe it. I just know that I liked it, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, I'm 4 minutes in, I haven't even talked about it. But like, as for the movie itself, I think it looked pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think like cinematography wise, I think it was just like just nice, you know what I'm saying? Like the scenes in like the mansion, or just like in the fog. It was raining like the whole movie, you know what I'm saying? Not in real life, but like in the movie, it was like raining, and I was like, okay, I like the rain, you know? Made for a nice setting, you know what I'm saying? I think the intro was very sweet, you know, with like the two the two children, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just like them just being like friends, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, I don't know, like it came across very like wholesomely, you know what I'm saying? So like their relationship, like what were their names? Kathy and Heathcliff. Yes, those are their names in the movie. Like they were just like, I don't know, like obviously if you break it down, you know, it is like they weren't siblings, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, it was in the air. You know what I'm saying? But like it didn't feel bad, you know what I'm saying? Like I was rooting for him, you know what I'm saying? Which, like, I don't know if that's like the correct perspective to have from this movie, or if it's just one of those things where it's like, you decide, you know, and that's my pick. You know, I wanted to see Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie, you know? I thought it was great, you know what I'm saying? So the movie, it pretty much starts out with like them, like their two characters, like in their youth, and like I'm pretty sure they were both orphans, just like at different times, to like that guy, like that like mean dad, like stepdad, like weird like orphanage guy, who just like apparently just kind of like finds like children and is just like, I'll take care of you, you know what I'm saying? And then that's where like the two met, you know. Oh my God, the sun is right in my eyes. But that's where they met, you know. Heathcliff and Catherine. Yes, those are the names. They said them like 1,000 times in this movie, you know. I don't see how I could ever forget. And pretty much like pretty quickly, you know, they do a time skip, you know, to like when they're like adults, you know, Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie, because they're the actors of this movie. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. I think that was very obvious. It was pretty much just, it was showing them, you know, just kind of like in their adult age. They weren't really doing much, you know, so obviously it was very like their relationship focused, you know what I'm saying? And they did both like love each other, you know, but like Margot Robbie's character, I always feel so weird like talking about like actors like character names, because I'm like, you're not Catherine, you're Margot Robbie, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna say Margot Robbie. Like her character, like she was like, she got proposed to by like some rich neighbor guy, you know, and then she was like, okay, yeah, I'll marry this guy. But then like Jacob Elordi's character, he was pretty much just like yo, like you married that guy? And then she was like yeah. Well, actually, I don't know why I said that. That never happened, you know, at least not like at this point when I'm trying to like break down the story of this movie. But like Margot Robbie's character, like she was like, oh, I'm gonna marry this guy, but I still have feelings for Jacob Elordi's character. You know what I'm saying? But she was talking to like one of her like not servants. Well, yeah, she kind of was talking to like one of her servants, you know. I think that's what, I know her name was Nellie. I don't know what the actress's name is, so I apologize. But, you know, she was telling her, she was like, oh, I said yes to marry this rich neighbor, but I'm in love with Jacob Elordi's character, you know. And then the servant lady, she really kind of hated Margot Robbie's character. So she was just like, oh, you made the right choice. You made the right choice. Just marry this guy, this rich neighbor guy, you know. And then Margot Robbie's character was like, okay, but Jacob Elordi's character was listening the whole time. So, well, not the whole time, only the end part. And then he was basically just like, oh, Catherine's gonna marry the rich neighbor guy, even though we're in love. You know what I'm saying? So then he left. Jacob Elordi's character just left, you know, for years, you know, and then you know, Margot Robbie was living with the rich neighbor guy, you know, because they were married. That's how that works, you know. And then Jacob Elordi's character just kind of showed up like one day, looking like an absolute stud, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a good-looking dude, you know what I'm saying? And I think as like an actor, I think Jacob Elordi is on an absolute run. I think it's only a matter of time before he gets like nominated or just straight up wins like an Oscar or something. Cause that, like, dude, like I'm rooting for Jacob Elordi. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just switched. Like the second that I watched Frankenstein, I was like, I'm rooting for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, obviously I know that he was in, like, those cheesy, like, Netflix, like, kissing booth movies. And I was just like, oh, this guy's so cringy. Why is he in these lame-ass movies? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even think about him as, like, a serious actor. But now, he's probably, like, number 2. You know what I'm saying? I number 1, you ask? Since we're having this conversation? Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson is another person that I'm just waiting for him you know, because it's a matter of time until he gets his due, you know, because I think he's the best actor, you know. I just think he's awesome. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Wuthering Heights. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, so he left. Whoa, for like a year, Jacob Elordi's character, and then he came back, you know, and then everyone was just kind of like you're back. Where have you been? And then he was just like, he was so like sly about it, you know. He was just like, psh, stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then everyone was just like, what stuff? And he was just like, psh, stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously that's not exactly how it went down, but like if you saw the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just there, and they were all just like, oh, did you have like awesome adventures and stuff? And then he was just like, sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, dude, this guy is the man. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a cool scene, you know. And then what happens? Oh, and then Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie, they were smooching and stuff, you know. But obviously, like, Margot Robbie's character, like, she was married to the rich neighbor guy, you know. So it was all just like, I don't know, like that was pretty much like the bulk of the movie. But I liked it, you know. Like there was like drama. It was very like, I don't know. It looked good as a movie. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what really else to say. But you know, that pretty much took up the bulk of the movie. Just like them being like in secret, just doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then towards the end of the movie, the lady, like the servant lady, who kind of hated Margot Robbie's character, was just like, oh, I'm breaking this down so horribly. But basically, like, Margot Robbie's character, she was basically just like, oh, we can't do this anymore, Jacob Elordi. You know what I'm saying? And then the servant lady, who kind of hates Margot Robbie's character, she was like receiving like letters, but they were like meant for Catherine, like Margot Robbie's character, and like she wasn't giving them to her. You know what I'm saying? Because like they were from Jacob Elordi's character. You know what I'm saying? And like she wasn't giving her the letters, you know, because like she kind of hated her. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really explain. They didn't really break that down. Maybe I just missed it. Maybe I just didn't like interpret it. But like, there wasn't really like a point where I was like, oh, I understand her hatred. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure I just missed it, you know? But that kind of felt like, why are you doing this, you know? But that's besides the point. But yeah, she was like, Jacob Elordi's character was sending her like a bunch of letters, you know, and he was just like, oh, please respond, you know? And then one day, like, he found out that Margot Robbie's character died, right? And then he was just like riding his horse, you know, riding over to the house, you know what I'm saying? And then he sees her and she's dead. And the movie just kind of ends there. And I liked it. It had really good impact, you know what I'm saying? Because I was really expecting like something weird or like something dramatic to happen, you know? But he just saw her dead and just kind of like cried and just like laid next to her. And I was like, wow, like that was really like powerful, you know what I'm saying? And like there was like even like a little flashback to like them when they were children, and I was just like that was really well done, you know what I'm saying? Because it didn't feel gimmicky, which I was really expecting something gimmicky to happen, you know? But like nothing happened, and I think it was like, I liked that, you know, like that was great, you know what I'm saying? I think it was a really solid ending. But yeah, like the score was great. The cinematography was nice. The time period was cool. You know, like Jacob Elordi, Margot Robbie, love those guys. I think it was just a really solid watch. Like, could the movie have been a little bit shorter? For sure. I think that could have easily been like an hour 50. You know, and that probably would have been a good sweet spot. You know, I'm not gonna lie. But it was like 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I was sitting there for a little bit. This officer is pulling over this guy in the middle of the road, so I don't really know what to do. Oh my god. For a score, I'm thinking a really suitable 7 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? I know it just kind of was like, I feel like I was kind of praising this movie, you know, and I'm giving like a 7 out of 10, but that's because like it wasn't like, you know, the greatest movie in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even give it an 8, just because it's like, I don't really know if it has like rewatch value, you know, and obviously that's not really something that I've ever talked when it comes to like a score for a movie, but it's like I'm never gonna watch that movie again, you know what I'm saying? And it's a 7 out of 10. And I think that's solid. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a great score for a movie, you know? So I'm calling it there. 7 out of 10, Wuthering Heights. Jacob Elordi, Margot Robbie. I'm trying to block the sun. Looking forward for more. Jacob Elordi, because you're watching this, I'm rooting for you, man. Number 1. Well, number 2. Robert Pattinson's number 1. You're number 2, though. Thanks.